demonstration, we will do a repetitive stimulation of the radial nerve to the anconeus muscle. The anconeus muscle is the ideal muscle to do repetitive nerve stimulation because it is considered as a proximal muscle, but meanwhile the problem of immobilization is not that big as for deltoid or other more proximal muscles. So the anconeus muscle will be recorded over here on the muscle belly. I put a dot, a black dot, on the epicondylus medialis, on the olecranon, and over here on the top of the triangle. On the top of the triangle, we put the recording electrode. The reference electrode will be put on the processus styloides, far away from the recording electrode. This triangle has its counterpart to the proximal place. The top of the proximal triangle will be used for stimulation. The cathode of this stimulator has to point towards the recording electrode. As always, before stimulating, we make the cathode a little wet. I will first start with basic stimulation and not repetitive stimulation. The basic stimulation is to find the supramaximal response of the anconeus muscle. So gradually, while stimulating, I will increase the intensity of the stimulus, 20 milliampere. And now I see there is a little compound muscle action potential. I will just move a little bit the stimulator to see whether there is a better place. And I see that the compound muscle action potential is getting bigger. I try to find the highest potential as possible. I see my potential is not increasing anymore. So now, with this supramaximal stimulation intensity, I will start the repetitive nerve stimulation. So during this repetitive nerve stimulation, we follow a protocol by which we are doing a basic repetitive nerve stimulation. Then we will ask to the patient a strong contraction of the anconeus muscle by pushing against my hand for 10 seconds. After this pushing, again, there will be some recording by the computer of a repetitive train of 10 stimulations. After that, we will repeat the basic repetitive stimulation, whereafter we will try to find the exhaustion of the muscle. In order to immobilize this muscle, we ask the patient to sit by part on the hand in order to immobilize. Okay, so let's start the repetitive stimulation. Okay, time is running. Now I have 10 seconds for the patient to press against my heart as strong as possible. Relax. After a short time, we will do repetition of this basic repetitive nerve stimulation. You see, after the strong exercise, there is no increment and there is no decrement. So this is to exclude Lambert-Eaton syndrome. Automatically, the next repetitive nerve stimulation is started, and we can scroll down on the screen to find where it was. Now we ask 1 minute contraction, so press against my hand for 1 minute. To get a full exhaustion, we ask this activity for 3 times 20 seconds. Relax and press again. After this 1 minute, we will have again some repetitive stimulation to find the decrement during exhaustion. Relax. To see the full exhaustion, we are waiting for 1 minute before a next train will be started automatically. I keep the stimulator in place as well as the hand under the buttock of the patient to immobilize. On the screen, on the right top screen, I see after how many seconds the computer will start a next train stimulation. As proposed internationally, for this exhaustion, we repeat at least till 3 minutes after this strong contraction of 1 minute. Sit on the hand. There we go. And again, you see that the timer will set for 1 minute. After 1 minute, we will get some more contraction. Meanwhile, look at the screen, at the results. We see that the train of the 10 recordings has, for every recording, a similar amplitude. We look here that there is no clear decrement between 1 and number 4. There is no clear decrement, and there is also no significant change of area in between the several recordings. That there is a little increment is because of a technical artifact. It's because of a contraction of the muscle during the first contraction of the train. So we have to do with a lot of artifacts, and that's why we consider this 10% of decrement before the examination is considered as pathological. So automatically there is this stimulation after 1 minute. One more stimulation, and then our repetitive nerve stimulation of this muscle is completed. In our ideal patient over here, we see that there is no decrement, there is no increment, and we don't see any fluctuating baseline. So the electrodes are well positioned, and there is no moving of electrodes or stimulator during this train stimulation. Over here we have the results, and we can see in these small boxes how much decrement or increment we can expect between number 1 and number 4 of each train. This is the repetitive nerve stimulation.